What's up, guys? It's Patricia from tarantulaheaven.com. This here is Spidey, my Grammostola Rosea, and if you can see, actually I don't think you can see from this angle, but well, you can at least see her little fairy tale castle that she's stepping on right now, putting her little feet on. And around her, she actually has her little miniature fairy tale bunnies that I've put in her enclosure. And today, this is actually what we're going to talk about because she's been doing some very interesting things with them. If you are not new to this channel, you know that I really like to introduce new things within reason, of course. Always try to do safe things for Spidey, and if she doesn't like it, I take it out immediately. But you know that I like to experiment with tarantula observation and to see what they do and how they interact with things that are supposed to like enrich their enclosure and keep them interested. So I've done this with a number of things. I've done this with a ping pong ball, which is still in her enclosure somewhere. And that has been such a fun experiment because while she doesn't play with the ping pong with the ping pong very often, when she does touch it and move it around, it's really, really cool to see how she does that. And so I had put a few things like the fairy tale little lighthouse castle thingy. I also put those little bunnies in there, and she's been interacting with the bunnies a lot more than I thought she would. When I first redesigned this enclosure with the bunnies were like right side up. Spidey tipped them over, and it had been several months that she was leaving them alone. But recently I caught her moving the spiders, unfortunately not on video, but I have caught the bunnies in different places, which means that Miss Spidey must be moving them around. She actually moved the bunnies closer together, which was really interesting, as far as I wonder if, could have been completely coincidental, but I'm wondering if she's making associations with how these different surfaces or materials feel, or the shape of them. If that is happening, that would be very fascinating for me. I also, almost as she moved the bunnies closer together, it was almost like she was laying on top of them, like a kind of like guarding, kind of like how a mother would do to an egg sac. And Spidey's done this kind of stuff before. Like, you may have remembered when I made that video about Spidey making a burrito out of her web and guarding it as almost like it was an egg sac. Sometimes she gets a little bit possessive about her ping pong ball. So I think there's some sort of maternal thing going on with Spidey. And she's also, in the last few weeks, moved at least one of them near her tunnel. And so I'm wondering if her plan is to take the little bunny into her tunnel and into like her secret layer, so that and if she does that, that would be very interesting too, because I'm not sure if that's another mothering response, or maybe she's looking at these little miniature bunnies as a prey, or something that she wants to bring into her hiding place. So that's going to be interesting to watch. And I've also seen her kind of sitting in between the bunnies, kind of like a mother who's trying to separate her fighting children. And that was something that like a viewer had put into the situation, which was really, really funny because I absolutely agree. So there's some really cool stuff going on, and this is kind of why, of course, this stuff is not necessary. You can keep your tarantula tanks and enclosures very, very basic. And I don't actually know if this stuff is beneficial for Spidey. I'm encouraged that she interacts with these things and they don't seem to be stressing her out. But I encourage you guys to try new things as far as things that you can put into your tank. I certainly encourage round objects like ping pong balls, little things that are not going to be harmful to them. I love the idea of like little marbles or little miniature objects. They make the enclosures look very beautiful for us as keepers, but they also, I think, are very interesting for the spiders to feel and come across as they move around their enclosures. I also feel the same way about adding like fake plants and decor items like that. As long as it is not too pointy, doesn't have chemicals on it, isn't going to harm the tarantula, like they can't climb it or fall off of it or something like that. I think that these things are really nice to have because our tarantulas can really surprise us with how they use the stuff in their tank. So I will keep you updated on what happens with the bunnies and Spidey. I really want to catch her in action one day, like on video, moving the bunnies around and interacting so that you guys can see it. And what I've been doing is I've just been posting different pictures of her bunny adventures in the community tab because I know that sometimes I can't always put everything in a video fast enough. And so you can get the most up-to-date stuff on that usually. But anyway, yeah, let me know if you enjoy hearing about Spidey's adventures with her bunnies. I would love to know if your tarantulas have ever done anything really cute or weird with their enclosure toys or their decorations. And I hope that this encourages you to think about your enclosures a little bit more creatively, as well as like adding that enrichment stuff for the spiders. All right, you guys take care. Happy Tarantula Tuesday. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.